man. Speaking of fucking weird, this goddamn movie.
Whoa.
Yikes.
What a time.
We got to give a shout out, though, because we had 2 movies planned out that were before this, but
yes,
this one went to the top of the list. Do you know why this one went to the top of the list?
So weird. I do know why, but you should say it.
Because this is requested from one of our killer contributors. Big shout out to Matt. Matt, thank you so much for helping out. We really appreciate you listening, whether you're watching or listening. Doesn't matter what platform. We don't care. We love you. Thanks, Matt. We appreciate it.
What platform you listen to it.
He's a killer contributor. That means is he went to kingsofkillpodcast.com and was kind enough to make a small donation, as little as 99 cents a month.
It's true.
To help keep the show going. And that means your name gets added to the credits and your request gets bumped to the top of the line. So
all the way.
All the way.
Caught you being good, you go to the front of the line.
Dude, caught you being good. I don't think everyone... explain that. Explain that, because that's like a kid from like...
elementary school. We used to get these fucking not lottery tickets, these yellow fucking
Willy Wonka golden tickets, yeah.
For being good, for like telling on kids or whatever the hell
Not
you do.
telling on kids, just for doing something to kind.
Yard duty be like, I caught you being good. Here's a fucking token.
But they weren't snitch tickets. It was like doing something kind. You know what I mean?
I know. I have gotten one. No, a friend has gotten one for snitching. And I was like, oh, that's how you get those.
That's cold. Yeah. That's cold.
But, yeah, so you get those for being good, and then you get to, like, go to the front of the line or something. Or you cash them in.
For what, though? Were there prizes
darts?
Or something?
I don't know.
They give us darts, like
they
real darts,
to play in the recess.
Dude, recess. I miss recess. I miss handball. That was so fun.
Handball was tight.
Tetherball
was cool. Tetherball
wasn't my thing.
That was just
tetherball was fine
fighting.
until the older kids that were always like 7 feet tall,
yeah,
with my midget ass. But it was like a David and Goliath thing because if you whooped them, it was great. What's that?
It's where you get into the shower with all the jack up was when you get a rubber ball and you just jack it up. Wait, as high as you can go to the like.
First one to get stuck in the roof loses.
Well, no, that's when you're an idiot if you do that because you ruin the game for everybody. But
of all the games
you
get
it up really high,
jack
and then
up,
someone's got to like catch it, and then you do it again. It's like handball, but like you can't let it touch the ground.
Oh, I see, dude. Those balls were heavy. Those were like medicine balls.
That shit hurt because that was when dodgeball was violent and fun. That was when dodgeball was real.
I don't want to watch dodgeball.
I will.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
It's true. It's true.
Anyways, thank you, Matt. We appreciate you so much. Don't forget to go to kingsofkillpodcast.com. You can become a contributor. Also, we got some fun merch and some shit there.
All the merch and shit there.
But we just appreciate you watching. Thanks to all of our killer fans. Should we start the show? Was it refreshing? That was the slow. Wow, the slow. Are you doing a commercial?
3, 2, 1.
Calling all killers, welcome all you kings, scream queens, and everything in between. This is the Kings of Kill podcast. I'm Zach.
I'm Steven.
And together, we are the self-proclaimed Kings of Kill. Steve, what does that mean?
We're the Kings of Kill. That's the name of our thing, and that's what we do.
Shout out. It's just cool. It's got a nice ring to it.
Nice ring to it.
We are anything but Kingsley. There ain't nothing fucking royal about our dumbasses.
Nope, we're not rich. But we would like.
What's that one song?
What?
We'll never be royal.
I thought you were going to sing Good Charlotte's Lifestyle on the Rich and the Famous.
Dude, that's a banger.
It bangs.
Dude, speaking about bangers, fucking Coachella with Blink, now the headliner.
That was fun. That was fun.
Sweet.
That was a cool time.
What are we talking about today, man?
Patrick. Patrick, that's it. One word, one dude, one coma. Patrick.
That's it. That's perfect. Perfect. Patrick came out in 78, hit the States in 79. It's an Aussie film, rated PG. How in the fuck?
This is an Aussie film?
This is an Aussie film.
I thought it was Italian. I thought it was Italian.
Why?
Because it seems like it's an Italian film. It's like Suspiria,
everyone has an Australian accent,
Inferno.
and they speak English. Why would it be an Italian film?
Everyone's accent sounds the same.
You know, Italians speak Italian.
Well, yeah, and they do this.
This is an English.
Like, You're in a coma.
You're insulting to my people.
You're in a
I'm
coma,
gonna
sir.
throw spaghetti on you
Mr.
right now.
Unibrow, yeah.
Dude, the unibrow for days.
Patrick
that bitch
has
is
a unibrow,
thick.
and it's amazing. It's a good brow.
God, that's what I would look like if I didn't fucking manscape this fucking shit.
You should do that.
I should not do that.
Petition.
Although when I give the people's eyebrow, it could just wave into
Yeah,
one. Like
do the wave with your fucking unibrow.
an hour 36-minute running time.
Bullshit. This thing is like 2 hours,
It's
I think.
hour 36.
I watched a 2-hour version then. I swear. It was an hour and 57 minutes.
Did you watch the Aussie cut?
Yeah, sure.
Because the U.S. cut is
Patrick
is
Down
edited for
undercut.
time. Dude, every time I went to research this movie, it just
The time was different.
all the
IMDb's different time than Wikipedia's.
every time I Google something, Wikipedia's not the most accurate site.
That's where
Then
all
again,
the
neither is
good news
IMDb. Every time I Googled anything to do with Patrick, all I got was Patrick Star all over my fucking Google search. Starring Susan Pennigan as Kathy, our final girl.
Yeah.
You can get all excited as you want, okay? She wants to fuck 3 different dudes in this movie. And kind of does.
Yeah, that's true.
She has an ex-husband who she kind of is into and kind of hates at the same time.
Sounds like a marriage, yeah.
She's got a boyfriend doctor who I just can't stand. Yeah, he's a dreamboat,
Sounds
but he
like a
wears
relationship,
a
yeah.
hippie shirt and I don't know, fucking dude. He cuts an orange for 8 hours in this movie.
I don't understand.
In the strangest way.
Every scene in this
Never
movie
invite
is 8
that
hours.
dumbass to breakfast. He will never make orange juice. He's just sitting there playing with a fucking mandarin for fucking days. We got Rod Mulliner, who played that's her husband. Robert Heltman, he plays the doctor who's a frog killer.
I think they killed an actual frog in this too.
Yeah.
For sure. And someone got
And
in
he's
trouble.
like, you want to see something crazy?
Frogs.
This is what happens when you pierce a frog's skull. It dies. God, isn't that fucking
It's
weird?
probably the weirdest scene.
Thank you, doctor.
Honestly.
God,
Maybe.
my daughter's afraid of frogs until
You should show her the movie Frogs. It's like 1970 something.
Is it a movie?
Yeah. I watched it a lot in Shasta with our buddy boy, Adam. And because that was the only movie to rent in the fucking commons at the dorms.
I'm just
was
picturing an
frogs.
entire like all the best shelf in just one one spotlight on a movie.
It was like VHSs all over the place and then a DVD and it was for Frogs or some shit. I don't even know if it was a DVD. It could have been a VHS. And somehow I had a VHS
Bring
magically.
back the
But I don't know.
VHS. Long
We
live.
watched Frogs. It's about frogs that kill people. Hundreds of them.
How?
They eat them alive. They bite them. They're venomous. There's snakes in it. Sam Elliott is in it. He looks young and
What?
hot, and it's crazy.
Dude, Sam Elliott is hot.
And then we stopped watching that because the Notebook. We got the Notebook in
Don't
the
watch The
Commons, so we
Notebook.
watched that like 100 times.
Don't watch The Notebook. Get out of the fucking
5
rain.
out of 5.
Fucking 0 out of fucking 86.
Anyways, about Patrick.
Bruce Berry plays Brian. He's like the hunky doctor guy who believes in telekinesis.
Sure.
Because don't we all? Julia
It's
Blake.
because he went to the same prom as Carrie. That's why he believes in it.
Was he in that movie?
No, he just believes in
Fuck
it.
off. Julia Blake plays the head matron nurse. I don't know. And then check this out. She's not a huge character. She's just like a side nurse, whatever. But her name is so sweet. Her name's Maria Mercedes. It's a dope ass
What
name.
in the OnlyFans is that? Jesus.
It's written by Everett DeRouche and directed by Richard Frank. Only had a budget of like $400,000.
Yeah. Makes sense.
This is a wild fucking movie. So it starts off
It's
with this dipshit kid listening to his mom get fucked.
yeah, it's one.
It's actually a really cool like scene because like the bedpost is like a weird 80s disco ball.
Yeah, is he outside the door?
He's on the other side of the wall. Their
Yeah.
bedrooms are connected.
I actually watched that scene twice, not for what was going on in the
Yikes.
middle, but I thought there was like a silver spoon reflecting.
I thought it was a spoon too.
Okay, I'm not stupid.
No,
I thought it was a
you
spoon.
definitely are stupid.
Against
I'm just
the
saying.
wall.
They
and I was like, what the
they
fuck
just
is
did
this?
drugs. They hung up their equipment.
I thought that's what they're doing. They cooked meth and then they were like meth bang, and they're like, okay,
At least they're neat meth heads.
that's
They
true.
hang their spoons up on the wall.
Yeah, so crazy.
He gets mad because mom's getting it
sex
in.
action in 2 minutes.
And so he throws like a heat lamp in there.
Yeah.
Which is funny because like instead of just
things.
instead of just electrocuting them because they're in the tub now, like they just play hot potato with it for a while. And then Patrick catches
family
it.
fun time.
And it's not even hot. And he's like, oh, I'll try again. And like, oh no, we all died. And then we don't know what happened, but he's in a coma.
Yeah. Why was he in a coma?
He wasn't wet. He wasn't near the water. Wasn't near the electricity.
The mom was wet.
God, I hate you so much.
But yeah,
he kills his mom and her lover, and then he's just comatose. So he's in this hospital where evil anti-frog doctor.
I just don't understand why he's in the
evil
coma.
God damn it!
You're setting me up for slam dunks, so I'm gonna do that.
I didn't alley-oop you anything with that shithole Halloween trilogy.
Huh. Anyways, he's in a coma. His name's Patrick. He's got a unibrow. This Patrick is a dick. He's a dick in a coma. Stupid.
But the nurse is like in love with him. Gives him a handy. What the fuck?
Nurses.
She's like spit 16 times if you can feel this. He's like, yeah, I feel it. It feels great.
Wild.
He's
the slowest movie I've ever seen.
He's got these carry powers.
That's crazy. I like the typewriter scene for sure.
That was interesting. Yeah, there's an electric typewriter that he's manipulating to communicate.
Yeah, she's like writing a love story.
But there's only 2 deaths in this whole movie.
Really?
That's it. There's his mom in the beginning, and then there's the nurse, the head nurse.
Don't both the parents die?
That guy's just a boy toy.
Oh.
That's not his dad.
That's 3 deaths then.
Okay. Well, there was...
The mailman, the mom, and then whatever, the nurse.
He's not the mailman.
He could be the mailman. She's like, come on in.
What kind of Pornhub shit are you watching right now? God damn it. This movie was fucking wild.
I actually really liked it.
Was not what I thought at all.
Because I read the premise, I looked at the poster and said, this is okay. And you know what? This movie is okay. Because it's one of those movies where you're like, I put on the Goblin soundtrack, or Goblin, the band that did Suspiria and Inferno, the soundtrack for those. And it fits so fucking good with this movie. Because I thought it was Italian. So I thought it would work with.
That's why you thought it was Italian. You weren't listening to any of the dialogue. You were listening to the music. So you're just guessing whatever.
I could even clean the house to this, and I was like, "Damn, this movie's almost over." I looked at it. Still an hour left.
Do you know what's funny is that when this first was released, it came out in '78, but it got to the U.S. in '79. The studio actually dubbed over all the Australian accents with American accents, except for our final girl.
Why? Because she had the closest to.
It's a waste of time.
Our accent, I guess. I don't know what regular is.
Hold on. Do you define American accents as regular and everything else to be strange? Like
regular to us.
What kind of music you got? Oh, we got both kinds, country and western.
I don't know. This movie was the slowest burn ever.
But I dug it.
But it was very entertaining for a guy in a coma, and that's about it.
Dude, props to that actor for keeping his eyes open for his entire scene.
Oh, my God. Well, you probably watched Clockwork Orange to train for that. And fucking...
They held their eyeballs open in Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
He just
was like, I'm going to
one-up every time they zoom in, it's like a Clear Eyes commercial. Like, he's bloodshot and shit.
Yeah, and this is riding the coattails off Carrie, pretty much. So this is like another telekinesis movie, but like not as good as Carrie. In fact, I would like to see a matchup between Patrick and Carrie.
Oh, Carrie all day. Carrie's going to whip his ass. Did you ever watch the Carrie sequel? Not the remake, but the sequel. Carrie 2 The Rage. It actually wasn't bad.
Didn't that come out like the 90s?
Yeah.
Or early 2000s?
90s for sure.
Yeah, it's got that orange poster. Yeah, I remember that. There's a pool scene.
Yeah.
All the windows
She gets like all of her veins come out black. Yeah, like it wasn't bad actually. It got no love, but it was good.
No. But I think it was cool. I'm going to revisit that. Shit. I'm going to. That sounds cool.
What would you rate this? Because like it's got some serious pacing issues, and really not much happens in it.
It never turns up the heat,
but I really dug it.
Rips a bowl at the end, but because like at the end he like launches out of his coma and hits
like the frog,
cabinet.
Like the frog they're experimenting with to be like, oh, this frog is now brain dead, but with a shot.
How foreshadowing! I don't know. It's pretty fun. Rating. Unibrow villain, that's 1 star. You never really see that. That's pretty cool. I really like the look.
A whole star because he's got a nasty unibrow. Every dude in this has a nasty unibrow.
Every dude is just nasty.
Oh my God. Brian, her boy toy, when he's drowning in the pool, his face in the water, mind you, it's like a 5x10 pool he's trying to do laps in, and it just looks like he's doing this, like on each side of the camera. But he's getting like fucking carried by Patrick, and he's like drowning, and he makes this face in the slow motion, like, why would that face, not gulping for air, grasping, but just pause it. I swear to God, it's the dumbest fucking face you've ever seen. Sorry, your rating 1 star just for his hideous unibrow. Tweeze that shit.
Yeah, so he didn't. So that's 1 star because he looks badass. I think Carrie and Patrick should hook up. So you know what? I'm going to give that 1 star because I didn't even write down another star. So you know what?
Carrie's way too good for Patrick. Patty boy.
Yeah, the prom queen versus Coma Kid.
Patty Melt's not going to.
Maybe there'll be a versus. The prom queen versus
Carrie
the Coma
would
Kid.
whoop
That's
his
their box
ass.
Nicknames. I'm throwing this up there as a really good like cleaning movie to put on while clean.
A background kind of thing.
Very 70s feel, and I love that.
Oh, it screams 70s, yeah.
I'll give that 1 star. It drags way too long for me.
The pacing is what ruins
it. I think it. Not
That's
much
why
happens.
it's a background movie. Because
exactly.
like the pacing would be worth it. Because Halloween's typically the classic Halloweens are a slower pace, especially
slow,
when you compare it to like
shit happens
to a Friday
in this movie,
or a
not
Freddy.
much happens.
Yeah, like that slow pacing works.
There's a
because crazy
typewriter,
shit
a
happens.
titty, and then like a frog, and then he flies at a cabinet, and then the movie's over.
You're not wrong.
That's pretty much what happened.
That might have been in order too.
I think so. But I'm gonna give that -1 star because it was too fucking slow. We're not cooking meth here. And
a lot of meth discussions today.
It's weird. Patrick gives off meth vibes. The composer for this movie.
Real quickly, we got demonetized this episode.
The composer for this movie's name is Brian May, but it's not the Brian May guitarist for Queen, so that's -1 star because that's bullshit.
He can't help his name.
That's too fucking bad. So
you did research.
So it's a 3 out of 5.
But it's a hateful research.
No, well, I saw Brian May's flash across the screen. I was like, was that the Brian May?
See, I'm a credit reader. I get shit by like so many friends for like staying to read the credits. I'm like, I want to know who did what. You know what I mean? Like
3 out of 5.
Just get denied.
I know what you mean though.
Fuck off.
Credits are important.
Shout out to Matt. Hey, thank you so much for your request, and thank you for being co-contributor. I really appreciate it. Thanks, man.
And we did this. We all did it together.
We didn't do much.
No.
This
movie was long as hell for me. It felt like 8 hours.
Pacing sucked.
But it was fun. I mean, it was good.
I think the pacing wouldn't have
I'm
bothered
gonna
me.
tell my uncle about it.
If they were more formulaic. The pacing would have been better if they were more formulaic. Like if there was just like a death every, say, 5-10 minutes. You know what I mean? It would have been, but nothing really happens.
We just did like not the Patriot, fucking The Prowler.
We did some wild movies.
Mutilator.
Yeah.
We've been doing the slowest burn movies.
Yeah.
For a minute.
But wild though.
And now this one's super slow.
This one.
So, but still 3 out of 5. I mean, it's fun. His name's Patrick.
Is that bad?
I don't know.
You hating on Patrick's?
It's not bad. I don't know. It's just comas and screaming, pretty much. It's the same thing that happens. It's comas, screaming, and a Patrick. Everything that happens at our weekend lands or something back in the day.
And a Patrick. Shout out to Pat Nasty if you're watching. Hell yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, I think it's worth a watch, but again, it's while you're vacuuming and shit, just have it in the background.
Like on Easter Sunday or something, you put this on.
Yeah, just save it for Easter.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Here you go, Nana.
Yeah, you guys looking for eggs? I'm gonna put on Patrick. That's what I would do.
You ruined Easter.
I don't ruin Easter. I make it fun.
By putting Patrick on?
I put little shot travel bottles in the eggs.
Those are big eggs.
Yeah.
Like ostrich eggs?
Yeah, it's a big, cool hunt.
Just getting kids fucked up.
Yeah. They'll tire them out, go to bed, and then you get to do whatever you want.
Not a bad idea, actually.
Genius. Stay tuned for more tricks and kicks from the boys from KoK.
Wow, I can't wait for people to clip
anything.
that. Holy shit, man. Oh, God. You guys, big shout out to Matt. Thank you so much. If you want to become a killer contributor, head on over to kingsofkillpodcast.com. But regardless, we appreciate you listening and watching. We love you. Thanks for hanging out. My name's Zach.
I'm Steven.
And together we are
the Kings of Kill.
You were so serious.
I know. We were like a unibrow right there. We were connected.
When I was fucking watching this, I paused it to go get a cup of coffee, and I was like, "Fuck! It's only halfway over." I was so mad.
I don't understand.
I was thinking it's got to be 15 minutes left, right?
Well, if you look at the YouTube video, because they put this on, like the full video on YouTube, and it's an hour and 58 minutes or some shit. And then on IMDb, it's like an hour and a half, and then on Wikipedia, it's like an hour and 40.
Mine was like 140.
I don't understand.
So I watched the US version because they just cut it down. It's still fucking stupid.
I got the down under surprise.
The down under surprise.
I just don't understand. It was weird. What? Maybe that's why it dragged on for so long for me, because it was just like they put all the deleted scenes in or something where the door closes. I don't know. Doctors had to put away their tools. It's probably the most surprising request too, because who the fuck knows about Patrick? I've never even heard of that movie.
I have, but it's on one of those like obscure lists. Like I like to listen to like just people who are like fans of like 70s, 80s, 90s horror. Be like, hey, you should check this out.
I've never even seen this on a list or anything.
I have.
Wow.
But I've never seen it before. It's cool that Matt, but what's so strange that you picked it out. The second you said it's like one of these two, I'm like, it's gonna be Patrick. You're like, it's Patrick. It's definitely Patrick.
I looked at the other one. I was like, I don't even know where to find this fucking movie.
I like how actually he just like texted you a photo of what he wanted to see instead of emailing me, as if you do any of this shit.
And somehow I saw the text. I have another one I want to do too. Another King, actually.
What?
Sometimes They Come Back.
Ooh.
As a kid, I always thought the second movie was better. But I don't remember anything about the first movie.
You know what's funny?
I never revisited it.
A few weeks ago, we did People Under the Stairs, right? I thought that was a King story.
That's what
I really
we said that on the thing. I was like, I thought it was a King story.
It feels like a cocaine fueled King story.
It 100% feels like Toby Hooper and fucking King had something to do with that.
Toby Hooper's a mad genius. It's so funny though. Like he doesn't believe he's making horror. He thinks he's making comedies.
Fucking. Well, it's
like how terrifying are his
Tobias
nightmares?
Tobias,
getting all serious.
American Werewolf in London. He thought he was making a comedy.
That's right. He did. God, the effects.
Or no,
movie,
I think he actually meant to do a horror movie, and then everybody's like, "No, it's hilarious," and he's like, "What the fuck?"
It is kind of funny.
Okay, yeah, that movie's hilarious. It's so fucking.
The special effects might be. I think American Werewolf. Is it in London or Paris? Which one's the first one? It's London, right? Pondit? What?
Pondit. It's both.
You can't.
It's both.
Combine them, you asshole.
It's London. No, Paris.
Paris.
American Werewolf in London. American Paris is when the American
Paris. What are you saying?
Americans
go to Paris.
American Werewolf in fucking Paris is with that fucking nerd from like.
I love how this is the sober conversation we're having. We need at least a shot of whiskey for us to even like fucking get our wits together.
American Werewolf in Paris is the one that was in the 90s.
So London
where the
was
trailer, the girl takes her shirt off and turns into a fucking werewolf. Right
oh God, I remember that.
And
yeah,
it's with that guy.
He's like having a nightmare scene, right?
Yeah, and it's the guy that I think he's in That Thing You Do, and maybe.
Dude, talk about the worst like titty drop ever. You're like, yeah, we're about to get it on, and you're a monster.
Bites your nipple.
What do you think has better? I think tied for best effects of all time has got to be American Werewolf and The Thing, right? That transformation scene's fucking nuts.
Probably Prowler was pretty fucking tight.
Prowler that's all Tom Savini, man. Yeah. Like if it weren't for Tom, that movie would have.
Tom Savini is probably The Thing.
Oh yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
It still looks bitchin'.
Yeah, it's still terrifying too. Can't trust anybody.
I'm so pissed that the remake of the fucking Thing, or the prequel, whatever, use special effects and then digitize over. We can't even see the special effects.
It's so bad.
If anyone can find what the actual effects were, I would love to see them. Because I bet they were made with fucking love. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That movie, I didn't like that prequel.
Dude,
I mean, it's not bad. I like the ending, how it sets up for the other one, but also it's like...
But you don't need it.
It's too big of an ending.
You don't
There's like
need
a
it.
spaceship, they're in it, there's aliens everywhere, or things. You're like, oh my god. Then you play the Xbox game that is a sequel after the first fucking thing. It's so good.
It's an Xbox game?
Xbox and PS2.
Fuck, I remember that.
I love
And you had
that
like,
game.
you could change, it was like a Goosebumps pick your story kind of thing. You could change the ending, couldn't you?
Negative. It was like,
Roger that, asshole.
No, it's
I thought it was like a story game.
no,
you have
it's like
choices.
it's third person, and
I love third person games.
you see other dudes, and you can test their blood if they're whatever, and over time you can have the same guy throughout the entire fucking game, or he could change at any moment during the game. You go through so many survivors, and never give your partners a flamethrower, because if they change, you're screwed.
Do you
They
think...
use that thing as the fucking thing.
Do you think if you change, you're aware that you're not you anymore? Or do you think like your memory kind of transcends in that transformation?
That I don't
Because
know.
everyone's swearing, no, I'm good, I'm good, I'm
they're
good.
not gonna. They're not
Until
gonna
they get
reveal.
wounded, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or fire.
Do you think it's all mimicry, or do you think there's a part of them actually in there?
Kind of like the zombie virus, where they're like,
Yeah.
guys, I'm changing, and they're like, yeah, we know you're transitioning.
Dude, oh my god, that's not... Jesus Christ. What a great comedy fucking zombie movie. The virus just makes you like uber gay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we have to fucking make that.
It's just cooties, but it's just like.
Dude, we got to get Bud Light to sponsor. It's going to be great.
Oh fuck.